That's enough of that. Time to watch some TV.
Shark Week starts Sunday, June 26th.
Oh, crap. Hello everybody, I'm Tomshark, and it's that time of year again. It's the time of year where you sit down with your family and friends and watch sharks be awesome. And being that sharks are a big part of my channel and a big part of my name, I couldn't let this Shark Week pass by without me doing something really special. So today I'm going to be taking some of the most fun Crash Bandicoot games and reviewing both of them in one big multi-part review. Today we will be talking about Crash Bash and Crash Team Racing. The other reason I really wanted to talk about these games today was because of the announced Crash Bandicoot Remastered, or whatever it's called, releasing for the PlayStation 4. And I also wanted to do this today because I wanted some solace because of Skylanders Imaginators Crash Bandicoot announcement. I don't want to talk about it. Anyways, that's enough exposition. Let's begin. The first game I'm going to talk about today is Crash Bash. Prior to making this video, I had not played much of this game. I had only played it with my cousins once or twice, so I was pretty inexperienced. So now that I've picked it up again, I've come to many realizations. First off, for anyone who was wondering, Crash Bash is a party game similar to Mario Party. And not at all similar to Mario Party. The story of this game is really simple. Aku Aku and Uka Uka decide that it's time to settle their differences by bringing up their best champions to go through many challenges. And the stupid thing here was that Aku Aku had only 2 champions, Crash and Coco, and Uka Uka has like 6 of the bosses from Crash Bandicoot Warped, so Uka gives Aku 2 of his people? That's not really the correct thing to do here. That's like going to war with another nation and saying, "Hey, you outnumber us, can we have some of your people?" And the other side says, "Sure, even though we're brutal enemies, have some of our troops." And then they fight. To be fair, Aku does say that Uka should be able to beat them when the odds are even, but Crash and Coco beat Uka Uka even when it was 6v2. So if anything, Aku should give Uka someone. But besides the somewhat odd story, the gameplay of Crash Bash consists of playing minigames. Don't worry, it's more fun than it sounds. You unlock minigames in the adventure mode, and that consists of going to different worlds and taking on 5 minigames in each world, and then fighting through a boss minigame to get to the next one. The minigames of the first world are 4-away Pong, extreme bumper balls from Mario Party, covering squares with your color, the game, and the game I couldn't come up with a clever name for because of how comical it is already. It's throwing rocks and explosives at your friends. That's basically it. The boss of the first world is a Crash Bandicoot classic, Papu Papu. The boss fight is nothing special. It's just the last minigame of the first world, but instead of throwing rocks at other players, you throw them at Papu. On to the next world. This is where the game took a strange turn I did not expect. All of the minigames repeat in each world, all of them are the same concept, just with different added aspects that make them harder and more challenging. For example, they added a magnet for the balls in 4-away Pong over here, and they blatantly repeated ice-themed bumper balls and got rid of the ice walls that you had to break to push other players into the water in order to win. I didn't really continue much further through the game from here, mainly because I don't have anyone to play this game with, and some of the stuff the bots do is absolute bull. This game, just like Destiny and The Legend of Zelda Triforce Heroes, is much better with friends. I'd actually be really excited to see how the minigames get differentiated, because I originally thought that this game had almost as many minigames as Mario Party, but the bots aren't good friends. Now let's talk Crash Team Racing. This game is one of the most interesting racing games I've ever played. I actually hadn't played this game before making this review. I did watch my cousin play through the game, but that was all the experience I had with this game prior. But as I said in other words earlier, this game is weird. You control your kart by accelerating with the right analog stick and turning with the left one. Like, why though? It's not that the controls make it bad, it's actually really fun. It's just a little weird to control when you first pick up the game. Just like Crash Bash, you unlock different racetracks by playing through the adventure mode. There isn't a story. Yet again, why? If you can come up with a story for Crash Bash, in which the bad guys and the good guys decide to meet up and duel it out rightfully, then why couldn't you come up with a story for this game? It literally could have been the same story, but with racing instead of minigames. In fact, this is one of the reasons I reviewed these games together. They are ridiculously similar to how you progress in each one. You get first in each race, and you unlock more races. Beat all of the races in a world to get to the boss, then race the boss. It's so similar. The only real difference is racing in minigames. The gameplay of the racing itself is pretty good. Imagine the ideals of Mario Kart. And there you go. The only real beef I have with the gameplay is that... So get this. You accelerate with the right analog stick, but you use items by hitting the circle button. So in order to use an item, you have to let go of the acceleration and hit the circle button. So I played through all of the tracks, which are pretty well designed by the way. They all take place throughout places in the game's lore. And the boss of the first world is Ripperoo. He was okay to race. Not that hard, not that easy. It was pretty...
Sort of hard with a touch of awkward, easy, difficult, challenging.
Yet again, I didn't continue this game as well, because just like Crash Bash, this game is much better when you have friends to play it with. Even if your friend or family member is just sitting there and watching you play the game, it's more fun. That's about all I have to say here. To the outro. And that was Crash Bash and Crash Team Racing. These games are pretty good, but there's a lot that they can improve on. Not that the developers are gonna make sequels to these games anytime soon, but I'm just saying they need some improvements. Although these games are fun when you play them alone, you will enjoy them exponentially more if you play them with friends. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you next video. Shark Week isn't gonna watch itself. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, then liking it really helps. And if you really liked the video, then hit that subscribe button to see when I release future videos. And if you're new here and you decided to stick till the end of the video, thank you for sticking through. I release videos every Wednesday, so I hope I can brighten up the middle of the week for you. You can hit the annotations to the left to watch some of my previous videos, and you can hit the annotation to the right to see my next video, considering it's out by the time you see this one. Yet again, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next video. Happy Shark Week, everybody!
Bye.